7 tips to help you live within or below your means. And this is from Capital One. So here on Relevant Resources, we talk about everything from mental health to money. We talk about everything on how we can level up our lives. So with that being said, I'm going to go over this article that I found on Capital One because I love reading about money and I love teaching you all about money so we can all level up our money. Okay, let's get into it. The links will be down in the description box if you want to read this article yourself, but let's get into it. Make sure you like and follow for more. Some key takeaways is that living below your means can help you improve your financial health and help you prioritize goals like saving and investing. You can take steps to live below your means, like budgeting and finding ways to reduce spending. Finding ways to pay down debt can help you save on interest charges so you can keep more money in your wallet. Evaluating your current financial habits and being conscious of any changes to your budget can help you stay on track. So, how to live below your means. Coming in at number one, you need to understand your current financial habits. Now, I would say personally, I would say that number one is um, having income and knowing how much income you have coming in. That would be my number one. But here it talks about understanding your current financial habits where you can start spending less, take some time to understand what you are doing with your money. Number two, create an effective budget and stick with it. Here it talks about determine your income, which I said that would have been my number one. Identify your monthly expenses. Choose a budgeting style that works for you. So there are different ways to budget, but you got to figure out what works for you. Me, I have multiple sources of income. I have to. If not, I wouldn't be able to afford anything. Identify your monthly expenses. Every month, I write down how much is this bill. I write down all of my bills. I write down all of my expenses. I start couponing. I look for deal days. I try to go to restaurants who only because I love eating out. So I usually love to go to restaurants who provide me with a coupon, like a free sandwich, a free coffee, free whatever it is. If it's free, I'm going to be there. And when it comes to saving, I have a savings account, and the money that I have in my savings account, that money I just consider it gone. I'm just in my mind, I don't have that money. I don't have access to that money because if not, if you don't have your spending habits together, you will spend it. And I know some people say savings, you got savings. You need to figure out how to increase your income. One of the ways that I increase my income is passive income. I teach y'all so many times about side hustles and different things that you could do passively online to grow your income. Y'all need to pay attention. Number three, look for ways to reduce spending. Once you have a budget, you can always find ways to reduce spending, reduce your expenses, and build your savings. Now, this goes back to when I was talking about using my coupons and things like that. Some of you don't have food. Every week, depending on where you are, I know some churches give out food. Go to your local food bank, and some of that food is still good. It's just about to either be past the due date or a few days or whatever, but that food is still good. So use that as an option. We got to get creative now. You get 5 things at the grocery store. That's $100. Times are different. Inflation is here. So we have to look for ways to get more for our money. Set financial goals for future success. You can start with a long term goal like starting a business, buying a house, or retiring early. Again, y'all remember when I said I have multiple streams of income? I have a business. One of my business for the most part is seeing people one on one. I'm good with resumes. I'm good with helping people find jobs. That is a service. That is a skill. I pack it up. I sell it. Okay. I have so many different skills. I've done a whole lot of different jobs. Every skill that I have, I'm using it in some way, shape, or form because in this world right here, you gotta stay on top of your skill set. You gotta stay on top of your money. And make sure you look in the description box because I have a lot of resources for you. Number five, save for emergencies or major purchases. An emergency fund is cash reserve that can provide a helpful buffer if you're faced with unexpected changes in your financial situation. You can use it for things like unplanned repairs, unbudgeted payments, or loss of income. The first thing that comes to my mind here is car repairs. So, as for my car, I recently had to have my car repaired because I had to check engine light on and things like that. Fortunately, the last contract I worked, I was able to get back on my feet financially because I had hit a rough patch. I'm not gonna lie, y'all know I'm transparent here. But anyway, so with that being said, I was like, I gotta put my car in the shop. And I know that I had already been to 4 shops, so I was thinking in my mind, like, this is probably going to be a costly repair. So with that being said, you never know when things come up and you need to have your vehicle fixed. You run into a medical emergency or whatever it may be. So if you can save, and if you're not able to save, you're living paycheck to paycheck, you need to be looking for ways to increase your income. Number 6, pay down debt. I recently paid off a credit card, the only credit card I have, and I'm so excited about that because I had a high credit usage limit and it was just sitting there. So I said, you know what, let me go ahead and pay this off because, even when you do pay it, you still have access to it. But at the same time, I said, you know what, I'm tired of being in debt. I got to get the ball rolling to get out of debt. But I'm not going to say that having a credit card is a bad thing. You never know when emergencies come up, and it's good to have it than to need it and not have it. So I'm not going to say that credit cards are a bad thing. You just have to use it um, responsibly. I've always been told to keep it at less than 30%. Don't go around maxing out these credit cards. Number 7, stay aware of lifestyle creep. If you pay off a debt or increase your income, you may be tempted to spend the extra money on things you don't exactly need. This is called lifestyle inflation or lifestyle creep, and it can make it more difficult to reach your financial goals. Budgets are meant to be flexible, so if you find yourself with extra cash, don't be afraid to revisit yours and make changes. If you're thinking of splurging in a celebration, consider making adjustments elsewhere. And think about how major purchases or new debt might affect your long-term finances. So, with that being said, this reminds me. I was just thinking. I said, you know what? If I could, I would go buy my dream car. Now, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I would pay off the car I have now and just keep it like that. Why? Because things are getting more expensive. I would rather have that money in my savings account for whatever. And 3, it's time to stop spending. It's time to start saving. Most people are living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of people I know are one paycheck from homelessness. It's getting very much real out here. People can't afford to live. So many people have moved back to their family houses. So many people are living in their cars. Housing is through the roof. I've seen groups where mortgage underwriters are talking about how they are struggling and how the housing market is just not good right now. So it's a ripple effect. If you got some money, save it and live below your means. Don't go out spending unnecessarily. Buy what you need, not what you want. Now, as noted, this is not financial advice. It's just two friends going over some financial information that I saw on Capital One. If you need more assistance, I would suggest that you contact a financial advisor. Good luck, y'all. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it with your friends who need some help, need some information over how they should be spending their money, or need some tips on how to live below their means, whatever it may be. Make sure you share the video and also make sure you subscribe.